Yes lads, welcome back to a new video featuring my co-op shopping. I'm going to be giving you my championship predictions for the weekend. Last weekend I've done all right, I got a few right I think. I got Huddersfield Barnsley score right. I got a few not the scores right, but I got a few wins right, teams to win. Didn't get the score right for all of them though, neither did Harry. But yeah, today I'm joined by my mate Joey, who's a Millwall fan also. I'm going to get other fans on as well, I promise, not just Millwall fans. But yeah, let's get into it. The first game of the weekend, Huddersfield versus Coventry. Huddersfield drew, I think, against Barnsley last week. Coventry lost to West Brom 2-1 at home, I believe. So, it's a hard one to predict. I think, I'm going to go for a 2-0 Huddersfield. I don't know why, to be honest. I just think they're going to have home advantage. I don't know, I just think they're going to beat Coventry 2-0. Coventry always had a good start to the season, but I think it goes a bit downhill from now. So yeah, that's my first prediction.
I am Joey, and this is my championship predictions. I'm going Huddersfield Town 4, Coventry City 0.
Birmingham versus Cardiff, another hard game to predict. But we played Birmingham at home last weekend. We won 3-1. Probably the worst team I've seen play that anyway. So on that basis, I know Cardiff lost last game as well at Sheffield United, but they do scrape a few away wins, like a few 2-1s and 1-0s and that. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 Cardiff, and I do think Birmingham are in trouble this season, definitely. Bournemouth versus Blackburn. My prediction for this game is an absolute goal fest. Both teams play good football, both teams score quite a few goals, so I'm going to go for a 3-3. I think it's going to be a good game, good football. Yeah, it's going to be a draw, 3-3.
The second game is Bournemouth against Blackburn Rovers, and I think this will be a 3-1 Bournemouth win.
Next game I'm predicting is Derby versus Blackpool. Obviously, I backed Derby to win last week, and they lost to Bristol City. Blackpool lost 3-0 to Luton. I said would be a 0-0 game. So, again, I don't know what to predict here, but I do think Derby will just about scrape a 1-0 win. Yeah, I'm going for a 1-0 Derby. I think who to score for Derby, I don't know, but I think it's going to be a 1-0 Derby.
The fourth game is Derby County against Blackpool. Going for a 1-0 Blackpool in the 89th minute.
Hull versus Bristol City. My prediction for this game is a 2-1 Hull City. Hull was a hard place to go. I know Bristol City won last week, but I think it's a hard place to go at the end of the day. I think they will lose 2-1.
Next up we have Hull versus Bristol City. Going for a 2-1 to Bristol City. Fancy some away limbs.
The next game I'm going to be predicting is Luton versus Fulham. I don't know why I keep doing hand actions like I'm Italian, I'm not. But for my score prediction here, I'm going to go for a 3-0 Fulham. I know Luton won 3-0 last game against Blackpool, but Fulham are just too good, to be honest, for the Championship. They're not good enough for the Premier League, but they're too good for the Championship. So I'm going to go 3-0 Fulham. They're going to bounce back to winning ways.
Next game, Luton Town versus Fulham. 2-0 to Fulham.
Next game I'm predicting is Peterborough versus my club Millwall. So this is a really hard one for me to predict personally. My heart is saying a 2-0 Millwall, but my head is saying 1-1. Because if we play how we played against Birmingham last week, we'll beat Peterborough without a doubt. They're one of the worst defences in the league, if not the worst defence in the league. But they do have a good record against us, and we don't tend to do too well away. Like we lost a Hull away the other week, I was there, terrible performance. Who else did we play away? I'm trying to think. But my point is, we're not very good away from home anyway. I think we've won one game away all this season. I may be wrong, but 1 or 2 or something away. But yeah, my prediction, I'm going to go for a 1-1. Millwall 1, Peterborough 1. As much as I would hope it's a 2-0 Millwall, but I think it's going to be 1-1.
Peterborough versus Millwall. 7-0 to Millwall. Jed Wallace scoring 6, and the other being scored by Mitchell. Go on.
Preston versus Barnsley. Ryan Lowe, obviously his first game is Preston. He left Plymouth for Preston. To be honest, I think he's mad. I would have stayed at Plymouth, got the promotion. They're doing well this season. They will go up. Well, they would have under Ryan Lowe anyway. So I would have stayed at Plymouth and then left if I want to leave next season or whatever, leave next year. But my score prediction for this game is I'm going to go 2-0 Preston. I think obviously his first game, winning, new manager, bounce. I think they will win. Obviously Barnsley have been awful this year as well, so I'm going to go 2-0 Preston.
Preston Barnsley, I'm going for a 1-0 Preston.
Now, probably the hardest game of the weekend to predict is Stoke versus Middlesbrough. Obviously Stoke doing quite well in and around the playoffs. They've had a good start to the season. Middlesbrough, new boss Chris Wilder. I think they're doing quite well. They're starting to play good football as well. I don't know, for my prediction, I think I'm going to go 2-2. I think it's going to be a draw. I think it'll be a good game again, good footballing game. Maybe completely wrong, but I'm going to go 2-2.
Next game is Stoke versus Millwall. This is the hardest game to predict. I'm going to go for a 2-0 to Stoke.
Next game is Swansea City versus Nottingham Forest. The Steve Cooper derby. Steve Cooper returns back to Swansea with Nottingham Forest. I always like to back one ball draw, 1-0. And Nottingham Forest have had quite a few 0-0s this season. So, on that basis, I'm going to go for a 0-0 ball draw. Probably going to be completely wrong. It's going to be like a 3-3 or like 4-3 game. But yeah, Steve Cooper's quite a good. He's a good manager. Don't get me wrong. But he prides himself on his defence anyway. And like, obviously, he does like a good young team. But I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw.
Then Swansea against Nottingham Forest. I think that Forest will do them 3-0. A big Forest win at the Finn Dicey.
The final game of the weekend I'm going to be predicting is West Brom versus Reading. I tried to build it up, but it's not that interesting of a game, to be honest. Reading, very boring. I don't know, they're just a boring club, aren't they, to be honest, Reading. I'm going to get slaughtered for saying that, because one of my mates plays for Reading. But, I don't know what I was going to say. West Brom, again, they've not done that well since they've come down from the Premier League. I know a lot of them don't like their manager, even though they won last weekend. But, yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 West Brom. I think they'll just have too much quality for Reading. Or it could be a 0-0. I don't know, I'm going to go 2-0, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 0-0 draw.
The next game is West Cunts versus Reading. I'm going for a 2-0 Reading, because West Brom are shit. Alright, thank you. It's been a pleasure, Jude.
If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like, subscribe, it means a lot, it takes 2 seconds, and hopefully Mill will win this weekend as well. That always helps, always makes my weekends a bit better, get a Chinese as well, and hopefully get more points than Joey this week on Championship predictions. So yeah, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you later.